is there a reason I don't bus my tracks to separate buses? No, other than maybe a little lazy, but I just find because I'm not dealing with giant numbers of tracks and I'm not applying overarching, EQs and compressors on multiple tracks at once, it feels like overkill. It feels like an unnecessary step in my production workflow and production process. And it's not saying that I shouldn't, and I understand the value in that. It just feels like an unnecessary step. If I ever find myself needing to do that type of busing, then I will create a track stack in Logic, which is essentially creating an inline bus. It creates an aux bus, but instead of sending it, at the end of the mixer, it will kind of collapse it there in the track view itself. And that's usually if I have like all my guitars and I need to apply one giant overarching EQ or something, a compressor, just to smooth everything out. But I think some of that mentality is an organizational thing, but I also feel like it's a little bit of a carryover from the days of analog gear, where you were routing all of these things through different pieces of hardware that needed to touch the signal, and that was a lot easier to do when you weren't having to manually unplug cables and patch bays and everything. And I think that mentality kind of carried forward into the digital realm. But for me and my workflow, the types of cues that I make, it feels like an unnecessary step. But if that works for you, and if it keeps things organized, then I wholeheartedly encourage you to do it. As far as full sounding, I think a lot of that is done in the EQ, and a lot of that is not overly affecting everything. Not feeling like I have to throw a compressor on absolutely everything when I'm going to add some multiband compression on the mastering chain in the end anyway. But I do appreciate that, and thank you so much for the question, and I hope this helped. Thanks.